Another day in the life of Jay Roos. What's going on, y'all? Free for all. We're gonna talk about it all. Talk about John Fury, Tony Bellew. Talk about, of course, the lit press conference with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul yesterday. It was a lot going on at that press conference, but it was enjoyable. Emmanuel, what's up to you, man? Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. If anybody wants to hop on here live, just let me know. I will send you the link. But I'll wait for some more people to come in. I didn't announce that I was going live. Did you see Counterpunch's video on the ref and judges? Oh no, no, I did not see it. Is it a suspect ref? Oh no. Hopefully it's nothing bad. We need some credible judges and credible refs. We already got there's this one platform. He's new. Oh, it says Kurt doesn't like the judges. Oh boy, so they got a shady track record, huh? We definitely don't need that because this fight probably will go to the cards. You know, personally, if I'm a boxer and I see the judges are shady, the ref shady, I'm gonna have to change my whole game plan. If I was planning to go the distance, I'm gonna have to change my game plan to going in there and stopping the guy because you just don't want to leave it in the hands of some shady judges. You want to bring your own judges, as Lennox Lewis used to say. Oh wow, yeah, I'm gonna have to go check that video out on Counterpunch Boxing News. Shout out to Kurt putting in that work. Kurt be on it, man. He be on top of it. All the breaking news. But I'll wait for some more people to come on in before I start bringing the ruckus. No Uncle Ruckus stuff. Usyk said he's got a great plan to beat Tyson Fury. I wonder what it is. Yeah, he must be coming with something unexpected. Maybe he's just gonna come out. Maybe Usyk is tired of going 12 rounds. Maybe he's like, I want to go home early, so I'm gonna just sit down on my punches. I'm not gonna even try to box this dude. Maybe he saw something in the Ngannou performance that he can capitalize on. Maybe he's like he studied the shot that Ngannou knocked Fury down with, and like I can hit him with the same shot. Of course, it won't be the same power, I'm sure, but don't be surprised if he goes for the KO. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man. I'm thinking he's probably gonna go for the KO and try to surprise everybody. I know he was talking about Fury invited him to have a beer or something, and he's like, "Nah, I'm good." He's like, "Maybe some wine." I don't know if he meant Fury wanted to have a beer with him after the fight or before, because before a fight, ain't nobody having no beer. Shouldn't be having it afterwards, but definitely not good for the body. But yeah, I was checking out the Jake Paul Mike Tyson press conference yesterday. Man, that thing was lit. Fury's looking very lean. Yeah, he is looking lean. So is Usyk. Yeah, they're both looking pretty lean. I'm interested in seeing the weigh-in. But Jake Paul said something that I thought was interesting. He said he thought the older fighters from the past generation had more courage and heart. I'm cleaning it up. He thought the fighters from previous generations had more courage and heart than the current fighters, but he said he thought the current fighters had better technique. I was like, I don't know. I got to think about that. I don't know. Is that a true statement? Do they have better technique now? I definitely agree they had more heart. Yeah, that's a fact. Boxers fighting with broken jaws and still fighting. Tommy Morrison, Muhammad Ali, all them dudes, man. And there's been some talk that John Fury, I think he might have said something about headbutting Tony Bellew, and he's like, nah, that's not going to happen. John Fury knows who he can headbutt and who he can't. He knows who to roll up on and who not to. I do agree with him, but not better technique. Yeah, I was trying to think about that. I was trying to compare think of some older fights and see if he was right or not. It was like, I don't know. I guess he just had to some fashion. And it's at the end of the press conference when Mike Tyson hit him with that those body punches. I think that hurt Jake. Looked like he turned a little red, and then when he walked off, he was leaning over, trying to act like he was dancing. I think he was trying to get that pain out of his body. And for him to say he punches harder than Mike Tyson, come on, Jake. Even your former trainer said that you're not like on the level of a world class puncher, and he's pulling for you, and he still said that. Hey, there's no way in the world Jake Paul is hitting harder than Mike Tyson. I saw an interview with Mike Tyson where he's talking about the further out from the fight he gets, he feels fearful, but the closer he gets to the fight, when he steps in the ring, he said, I have no fear. The one that's afraid is the other guy across the ring. So if Jake Paul admitted fear at this press conference, imagine the fear levels on fight night. Imagine the butterflies. Imagine how many times Jake Paul's going to have to go to the restroom before he comes into the ring. George Foreman talked about that. He said, when you're into the ring, you're thinking about, did I go to the bathroom or not? And your butterflies start messing with you. Come on in, y'all. We're just having a free for all, talking some boxing, whatever y'all want to talk about in the sport. Doesn't matter the division. Charlene says, "Hey, I still didn't get to check out that fight, Charlene. Please don't be angry at me." Charlene is in the building, y'all. Show Charlene some love, y'all. There's just been so much going on lately. I got to sit down and watch them fights. I don't know why, but I'm feeling a late stoppage for Usyk or unanimous decision. Wow, you feel like a stoppage, huh? Yeah, man, that would be crazy if he got a stoppage. I guess John Fury would have a fit. He might try to run into the ring. Late stoppage or unanimous decision, man, that means total dominance from Usyk. I guess all the Fury channels might go on a little vacation should that happen. But I think they're making their grand arrivals. Did they make them today or is it coming up? I know Teddy Atlas is headed over that way or already over there. I'm sure all the boxing greats are all over there. You know, this is something that you don't want to miss. You do not want to miss this undisputed heavyweight championship of the world, y'all. It's going down in a major way. I say that because Usyk probably knows he won't get the decision on the cards if it's close. And that's so sad when you got to fight your opponent, the refs and the judges, or ref, I should say, and the judges. That can alter your whole game plan, knowing you have to fight all those different elements. I mean, you may start out with one game plan and be like, trash that, KO time. That's crazy. But that's boxing. You don't really get too many lopsided, weird decisions in the UFC, but you get it in boxing. Somebody tries that with Dana White, you probably won't see him again in the UFC. Find themselves working somewhere in Mexico after that. That's the one of the appeals of mixed martial arts is that you get the guys fighting that you want to see. Now we're finally getting it in boxing, but Dana White usually puts the guys in there that we want to see, and then you don't usually get any weird decisions or anything like that. And Dana White doesn't like boring fights either. So if you keep having a boring fight, your time will be limited in the UFC. I do believe might be in Bellator after that. Or didn't the PFL buy up Bellator? But you might find yourself in a different league. Not so sure that's a bad thing, because I understand the UFC doesn't pay all that well. So maybe it's a good thing. Y'all wish to donate to the platform, it's right below or right below. And thank you if you choose to. G5 Jeff TV, yo, what's up, man? Says salute, bro. I see you working, man. Thanks to you. Hey, go subscribe to G5 Jeff TV, y'all. Doing his thing. Thanks for coming through, man. I appreciate you. Just having a boxing free for all, just talking about everything happening right now in Saudi Arabia, everything happening right now with Mike Tyson and Jake Paul. I thought that press conference was very funny. That little bad kid that got on the mic, though, man, his mom should have snatched him up. Some of the stuff he was saying, I'm like, dude, really? Where are your parents? Even Jake Paul looked kind of embarrassed, like he turned his head, like, no, this little boy did not just ask that. Emmanuel subscribing to Jeff TV. That's what's up, man. Yeah, man. Shout out to all the great platforms out there. He said bad kids, bro. Yeah, I was like, you could see some adult in the background, like trying to go in and like pull the kid back, like, hey, chill out, man. Kid had a potty mouth. That's why you got to be careful what you say nowadays, because the kids pick up on everything. So all that trash talking that deserves an R rating, man. I wish somebody would think about the children because they pick up on that. Philip, so who's your money on then? Oh, thanks for coming through, Philip. Um, I got Usyk, man. I got Usyk. Who you got, Philip? G5 Jeff TV says kids talk crazier than adults. Yeah, that's sad, man. Combination of the movies, the TV shows, the music, especially the music. Um, Dude asking Jake Paul's like sexual questions, like about his body count and all that. I'm like, dude, you shouldn't even know what a body count is. G5 Jeff TV says he got Usyk too. Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, I think a lot of people at the last minute, even some people that were saying Fury, I think now when they see all the antics from John Fury, they sense a little fear in the Fury camp. So I think a lot of people are starting to be like, you know what? I might have to look at this. But yeah, that little boy talking about asking them their body counts. I remember I was at one of my cousin's little football games years ago, and they were like super young, and there was some kids in the crowd, and this little boy said to the other boy, he's like, "You still a virgin?" all the adults said, "Man, sit down. Like you still a virgin? Like you're not, dude. If you're not a virgin at 7 years old, there's a problem. You're still a virgin." He just heard an adult say that, and he repeated it. He don't even know what a virgin is. But I'm like, man, dude, that's just crazy. Philip said I was going with Fury, but I don't. Fury, but I reckon the bad publicity might throw him off his game. Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday. Great comment, man. I think that all the antics from his dad might be, altering the mind state of Tyson Fury, and it might have Usyk fighting even harder. Like, okay, you guys want to come and try to bully my camp and try to clown me? Watch what happens. I'm gonna clown you in the ring. I'm gonna knock your boy out. So John Fury, I think, is doing more damage than good. I understand he's passionate. We all get passionate, but you got to control yourself, man. Emmanuel Broderick says, I like Usyk because he doesn't talk and just gets on with the task. I like fighters like that too. It's like it's just business. Like, okay, whatever. I don't care what you got to say. It's gonna be the same beating. Yeah, I like that too about Usyk. Jeff Fox says, I can see Fury getting disqualified too. He's super dirty. I don't know how I missed that comment. Yeah, I'm hoping Fury don't put no forearms in nobody's face and all that because he hit Ngannou with a nice elbow, but Ngannou was unwavered by it. You just don't want to see that. 'Cause when you start seeing fighters do that, you're like, oh, you're kind of desperate now. Game plan is out the window. I'm gonna just hit you with kneecaps and ankles. Shout out to you, G5 Jeff TV. Like I said, go subscribe to him. Jeff G5 Jeff TV in the building, y'all. I'm trying to think. Did on the undercard of the Jake Paul Amanda Serrano is Amanda Serrano, and I forget the other girl's name, but looks like Amanda's gonna have to put on weight for that fight. There's a lot of sexual energy in that room. Some dude asked Amanda where's she gonna put the weight on. It's like, dude, really? Even Mike Tyson was like, man, there's some perversion out there. Like, what you want her to say? Yeah, I'm gonna put some on here, and then I'm gonna be having the hourglass figures. Like, what kind of boxing fan are you? You watching the fight to see who wins, or you just trying to check the chicks out? Oh, Katie Taylor. Yeah, how could I forget? Katie Taylor, right. Thanks, Emmanuel. The other girl's name is Katie Taylor. Slipped my mind. But that should be a pretty good undercard right there. That should be a pretty lit undercard. And I'm glad it's not on pay per view. It is not on pay per view. Tickets go on sale, I believe, Thursday. If you'd like to attend in person, man, I'm hoping I can attend, man. That'd be crazy. They're calling this the most watched boxing or sporting event in the history of sports. Will it blow out the Super Bowl ratings? I'd rather see this than the Super Bowl. I just don't understand how people aren't excited about the Tyson Jake Paul fight. People still considering Jake Paul a YouTuber. He might be a YouTuber, but he can box. Just because you make videos don't mean you can box. I YouTube and I got nice hands. You can do more than one thing, but I know what they mean. They're just saying a guy with a history of just making videos should be able to fight a guy that was pretty much born to fight. Boxing is the hardest sport in the world. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. There's no off season. The best fighters stay in shape constantly. The mental pressure is what breaks a lot of fighters. And you can see it sometimes with the ring entrances. You can see it at the stare downs, at the weigh-ins. The mind has to be really solid. Someone just asked Mike Tyson about taking a punch, and he said it's psychological. And I've always said that. Andre Ward said it. Um, my dude Tommy Brooks, former trainer of Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, said it. What do you think of Moses? I think he's pretty good. You know, from what I've seen of him. Um, Once he steps up his level of competition, I would like to see him fight like a Richard Torres and see who comes out of that. I think that would be a pretty good fight for both guys. You know, 'cause they're both kind of just starting out. But yeah, out of all the American heavyweights, the only one that I think is promising is Richard Torres Jr. Um, Jermaine Franklin has a great chin. I just think he needs to stay in the gym and sit down on his punches more. Because if you have a good chin, then you know at least you know you have something to fall back on. But still work on your defense. You don't want to rely ultimately on your chin like Joe Joyce did, and then suddenly you get your chin softened, so to speak. So I don't even know if Joe Joyce will be the same. Uh, where are all the American heavyweights, man? Where are you guys at? I know one thing. Whoever loses this fight between I'm jumping all around. Philip says I'm still going with Fury. Hey, there's no problem with that, man. No problem at all. Both guys are in great shape. And matter of fact, I was just about to say, no matter who loses, neither guy can say they didn't train hard because you can see both guys trained hard. Emmanuel says when you're in the heavyweight division, you don't need to worry about cutting weight. You can come in any weight you want. The lower weights have to keep making weight and cutting weight. Yeah, I just think it's kind of a psychological thing and an indicator of how seriously you take your sport. You know, if you come in looking crazy, it's like, man, this is your job, and you're gonna come in looking crazy. And also, it's the intimidation factor. If you look across the ring and see a dude that looks ferocious, you're gonna be like, oh man, I'm in for a fight. And that's why Mike Tyson would win half his fights. The dude looked like Mr. America. So if you look across the ring and see a dude look like he just had a Thanksgiving dinner, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, I'm about to blast this dude. Emmanuel Broderick says that's why I like the heavyweights the most. Yeah, I'm all about the heavyweight division. You know, I like one of my favorite fighters, Terrence Crawford. I like Inoue. There's guys I like in the lower division, Shakur Stevenson and Ryan Garcia, Tank. But I'm all about the heavyweights first because a heavyweight fight can end in one punch. It can be going one way and then pow over. Emmanuel says I'm a heavyweight myself. Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, Emmanuel. Yeah, me too, man. I'm like last time I weighed myself like 248. Work out every day. Don't smoke, drink, cuss, none of that. No pollution, man. No pollution. See? But like I said, y'all, we're just having a free for all. I'm all about the heavyweights, but if y'all choose to talk some Canelo, Crawford, Crawford's next fight coming up, we got Andy Ruiz and Miller on the undercard. We got Daniel Dubois fighting Hergovich real soon. Philip says, I'm a heavyweight, 220 pounds of junk food. Hey, man, it worked for Andy Ruiz against Joshua in that first fight. Charlene said, for scientific purposes, I'd like to see Wilder versus Joyce, chin versus right hand. Yeah, you. Before I was picking Joyce to win that. Now I might have to rethink that. I didn't think Joyce looked too good on his comeback, and Wilder didn't look too good either, though. So I can make a better assessment if Wilder happens to get past Zhang. Because if he gets past Zhang, then he could probably stop Joyce. Emmanuel says, I think Wilder would KO Joyce. He's too slow. Yeah, he's very slow. And he just gets hit way too much. I think it's been time for Joyce to get a new trainer in there. For you to just get hit that much because you have a good chin is ridiculous, man. Boxing's supposed to be hit and not get hit, not get hit and get more hit. But Joyce is relying on that chin, and I guess Zane said, "Thank you for very much. I will show you where this gets you." Bow, sit down. Wilder is just Ernie Shavers. If a good boxer with a decent chin fights him, they beat him. Hey, that's an excellent point. Every time Wilder steps up to the plate and fights a guy that has a good record or is in the upper echelon, it's problems. Yeah, man, I can see that for real. Ernie Shavers probably hits a little harder too, or hit a little harder. Sparky in the building says, yo, 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 what's up, Sparky? Thanks for coming through. Sparky ain't taking no malarkey. Swimming in the ocean where the sharks be. I got bars, y'all. I'll be dropping freestyle. Speaking of freestyles, this ain't even about boxing. Well, let me read this comment first. Ernie had more punch variations. Wilder only has a straight right. Yeah, Ernie Shavers can hurt you with either hand. You guys heard the story about Sylvester Stallone, where Ernie Shavers was trying out for Clubber Lang, and Ernie Shavers hit Stallone so hard that Stallone went in the bathroom and threw up, and Ernie Shavers did not get the part of Clubber Lang. Ernie Shavers was not to be played with, but I can imagine you wouldn't want to get hit by Mr. T either, though. One of the best biography I ever read was Mr. T. It's called The Man with the Gold. I read it twice. Wilder would probably punch harder with better technique. What's the thing about Wilder? He looks like he has pretty good technique when he's hitting the pads, but when he goes in the ring, it's like he forgets everything he was doing in training camp. That's what's strange about him. My guy has bars. Yeah, man, I was watching all these reactions to Tupac last night. Like older white people were literally crying listening to Dear Mama and stuff like that. Like older people, they don't even like rap. Some of them like country and they were like crying. I've never seen a rapper with more of an impact than Tupac, man. When you turn him on, it's like you feel his music. I don't feel Drake. I don't feel Kendrick Lamar. I don't feel Rick Ross. I don't feel none of them. But Tupac just his delivery, his voice was powerful. The way he knew how to ride the track, man. Still got songs coming out. Man only lived like what 25, uh, about 25 years, and we're still talking about him. He did more than 25 years than a lot of people do in 100. Emmanuel says, I did sparring the other day and it was harder than I expected. Oh, for real, man? Wow, are you looking to get into the sport, or you just doing it to keep in shape? Because sparring, I always compare boxing to like running a marathon while getting punched. TS Boxing in the building, he's saying to Sparky, Mark Breland really didn't do too much either. I understand Mark Breland would tell Deontay to do certain things and he just wouldn't listen. So I think he was kind of frustrated. Sparky says, was Tupac not in the? No, absolutely not. You know, there's all these stories about that, but nah. Tupac, I think there was some tampering with his mind, like in the MK Ultra thing, but I think that's sometimes why he would contradict himself. But nah, he was definitely not with the system, man. Emmanuel says to keep in shape, I wouldn't go pro though. Hey, boxing's a great way to stay in shape, man. I'm constantly shadow boxing in between my weights and my push-ups, sit-ups, and all that. TS Boxing says salute, bro. Salute to you, man. Thanks for coming through. Go subscribe to TS Boxing. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, man. Sparky. Oh, Sparky's talking to TS Boxing. I just don't think Malik Scott is a good trainer. I just don't. He knows a lot, but you know, it comes down to not just knowing a lot, but teaching your fighter how to do it. Like I can know how to make a computer program, but if I can't teach it to you, then what good is it? Malik wasn't a great fighter and definitely not a great trainer. I'm gonna repeat myself again. I would never hire a guy that I beat to teach me how to fight. Jay Roos, how long you train for, and is it every day in the week? I do 5 days a week, sometimes six, and it lasts sometimes 2 hours, sometimes an hour, 30 minutes. I do super high reps, 35-pound dumbbells. I got 20-pound dumbbells and 50, and I do up to like 35 reps, 25 reps, 20. I go, and then I take the 20-pound dumbbells and do 55 side laterals with the 2-pound weights. These right here, I hold these out. I did a video about it for 3 minutes. Your shoulders will be on fire, and then I do 300 side laterals after that, and that's before I even get started. Yeah, the best players don't always make the best managers. Yeah, that's for sure. Wasn't Malik and Wilder fight? Yeah, that fight was definitely suspect. The Malik Wilder fight. Even Wilder went to the dressing room, was like, "Hey, did you throw that? Go look for that." And he went to his dressing room. He's one of the worst trainers I've seen with the stable he has. He's actually awful, really, really bad. He's blocked me on IG because I told him he should be ashamed of himself for what he's done. Also, he's one of those that'll block you. Huh? I know when he's on different platforms, he'll say, "Hey, ask me anything you want." So, but behind closed doors, he's blocking people, huh? So, seems like a lot of yes men in that camp over there. They just want you to polish their shoes. You're not polishing their shoes, they got no use for you. Yeah, man. Do I do skull crushers? I love skull crushers, man. I do those. Yeah, definitely love skull crushers, man. Vaughn Scott in the building says, "Hey, Mr. Roos." Shout out to you, Wallace, too. Thanks for coming through. Vaughn Scott is in the building. Wallace is in the building. T.S. Boxy says, "Yup, he said that Wilder was a greater talent than Ali. You can't make it up." Yeah, he did say that, didn't he? I forgot all about that. Yeah, he was tripping when he said that. Must have had some of that ayahuasca that Deontay was smoking. He must have been having a session. Better than Ali. Better than Ali at making excuses. Maybe that's what he was talking about. Yeah, best for tricep. Yeah, yeah, skull crushers are all that, man, for sure. Skull crushers are Great way to target the tricep. Sparky says Ryan Garcia needs to calm down. He's cussing Cambosis for no reason. So yeah, I try to stay out of that Ryan Garcia sidebar stuff because it gets pretty dicey. I like him as a fellow believer and I like him as a fighter, but all the other stuff I can't co-sign. And well, he's saying some true stuff too, but he mixes in the wild stuff with the true stuff. Did you make any predictions for the undercard? Would love to hear your thoughts. I got Caballo over Frank Sanchez. That's a tough one to pick. And trying to think of other fights who's on a blank. Yeah, who is on that one? Did you see my boy Moses Atoma? He's looking in good shape for his first 10 rounder. Charlene just asked me about him. I haven't seen him recently, but yeah, he looks like he's a pretty ferocious fighter. I want to see him go against Richard Torres. I was so happy when Devin Haney lost. I'm not a Devin Haney guy. Yeah, I was glad he got the. He's trying to reverse his fight with Ryan Garcia and have it to where it goes to a victory for him. Like, nah, dude. No, no, no. Sparky says you got Caballero over Sanchez. Nah, bro, come on. Hey, you saw what Caballero did to Makhmudov or whatever his name is. No one gave him a chance at that, and he went in there and handled business. And I saw Sanchez rocked by a dude that wasn't even a puncher, so that's what made me change a little bit of my opinion on Sanchez. Because I had him real in high regard. It was like Sanchez. I mean, he's still great. I just think I don't know. Something's telling me Caballero, man, because he got a lot of confidence after that stoppage. Tough fight, man. I mean, if you got Sanchez, I ain't mad at that. It's a tough fight either way. I was convinced Opataya lost. Realized today that he is still unbeaten. If I was a betting man, I would put some money on Briedis. Yeah, man, I understand. Yeah, these fights can be tricky to pick sometimes. Yeah, he got rocked badly by Scott Alexander, a journeyman. Yeah, that okay. Yeah, that is who it was, Scott Alexander. Thank you. Yes, I was like, whoa, okay. That fight, Caballero and Sanchez fight, is going the distance. I think it might go the distance. PS says I must have dreamt it. Wallace6602 says, "What do you think is next for George Kambosos?" I don't know. He might retire. I don't know, man. That was a thorough beating by Lomachenko, man. So it's kind of hard to come back from. It's easier to come back from a quick knockout. You just flash knockout or knockdown, but it's hard to come back from a thorough beating. I edged Sanchez just because of the experience. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I can see that. Like I said, I think Sanchez is a great fighter though. Very skillful, very fast. Has a good has good cardio. Jay Roos, who's your top 5 heavyweight boxers currently? Ooh, let me think about that. Of course, I got AJ Fury, Usyk. So there's 3. Oh, after that, I got to think of 2 more. Maybe Frank Sanchez and I don't know. Aurelio? It's a good question. Breed is older, but the power is the last to go. Yeah, power is something else, man. Power is the equalizer. If you time it just right and you got hand speed on top of timing too, that's a problem. He's only 30, but yes. But yeah, I don't know. Oh, okay. Emmanuel says, I've never seen Tyson Fury this happy and confident for a fight ever. Yeah, he's probably relieved. It's It's probably, sometimes you get happy knowing that a tough task is about to be over with. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs up too. Appreciate you. Wallace says, "Are you a fan of Ruiz?" I like Ruiz, but I don't like his inactivity. I don't like his lack of discipline in the gym. There's no way he should have not fought in 2 years. That's ridiculous. I don't even know how you pay your bills. I mean, I know he made lots of money, but I'm sure he already went through that. So, like I said, I like Ruiz. He trains. I think he even lives where I grew up in San Diego. So, but he's got to stay active. It's a hard fight to pick with him and Miller. I want him to beat Miller, but I don't know if that inactivity will be a problem. He's definitely the harder puncher between he and Miller. Emmanuel says, I think he's more happy for the payday than the fight itself. Yeah, that payday can take away a lot of stress. I tell you that. Win, lose, or draw, you still get the same amount. If they start paying you based off the win, a lot of guys will come in there and give a better effort. Wallace's facts. He's got 5 kids. Sounds expensive. Yeah, that adds up, man. That definitely adds up. So yeah, hopefully he took the money from the Joshua fights and Chris Arreola took that money and invested it well, because you can go through money like that. What do you think of Fury's psychic today? Oh, physique. I said psychic. I was like psychic. What do you think of Fury's physique today? Too skinny for me. Yeah, I don't really like him that skinny either, man, because his advantage is his size. And he's still probably going to come in around 260, but I'm just hoping he didn't lose too much in the leg area, you know. But that's a great question, man. Fury's 19 stone according to him. Oh, okay. So 19 stone in pounds would be what, like 270, 270 ish. His legs look skinnier too. Yeah, that's not a good thing, is it? That's not a good thing. Tia's boxing says 264, I think, or 265. Okay, or it says 266. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just have to go in there, look up the difference, the pounds in weight form. I know a stone is 14 pounds. Okay, that's helpful to know. I'm always kind of mixed up on the stones versus pounds. 14 pounds is a stone. Okay. Roy Jones and Mike Tyson picking Fury because of size. They'll be in for a shock. Yeah, of all people, Mike Tyson shouldn't be fooled by size. Half the dudes he beat were bigger than him. Weighed more and was taller. But he might be showing Tyson Fury, love because he's named after him. Sometimes that can play into it. 16 ounce in a pound, 14 pounds in a stone. Break it down, Bon Scott. He's breaking it down for y'all. Breaking it on down like a mathematician. I'm thinking he's a bit too light, and it might go against him as he might not take the shots that good. And also, sometimes when you come in too light, it can mess with your stamina because you feel hungry and gassed. So I'm hoping that he's been at this weight long enough that he's adapted to it. I'm thinking he's a bit too light, and I'm like, oh yeah, I read that. Yeah, whatever weight he comes in at, I'm hoping that, like I said, that he's been that weight for a while to know that how he feels in the ring. And sometimes when you get in the ring under the lights is different. Of course, it's different than sparring. Caballero Sanchez should be a cracker. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that, man. One thing I liked about Caballero, how nobody was giving him a chance on the day of reckoning, and he was almost like laughing, getting offended, like, okay, you guys just write me off, you know. I don't think, and I had said before on that card, I said if there's any upsets on the day of reckoning, it would be that fight, and that's the fight it was. Go back and check it out. I called that. Sparky says, I find it hard seeing Fury go into the body without being countered. His arm's too long. Usyk will counter him. Yeah, you know Usyk is waiting for that. He's like, because everybody talks about his body is his weak point. So you know Fury's I mean, you know Usyk is waiting on that body attack. So Fury is so high up, he is gonna have to be careful with leaning down and trying to go to the midsection. Usyk might try to come up with an uppercut the minute he ducks his head. Caballero actually got good fundamentals, probably does the basics better than Sanchez. And Sanchez, I'm noticing in his last fight or couple fights, he seems to be starting slower now. It like takes him a minute to get everything going. So if he comes out slow, Caballero might try to hop on top of him before he gets into his tunnel vision. Make sure y'all hit that thumbs button. Show YouTube y'all ain't bots. Let them know you're real people. If he Vaughn Scott says if he catches Usyk flush, he's gone, just like he did to White. Dillian just ain't got a chin though, especially with an uppercut. Dillian just cannot take uppercuts. I think Usyk's chin is way, way better than Dillian. Speaking of Dillian, I wonder is he over there trying to make arrangements with Prince Turkey? Like, hey man, what's up? I need a payday, homie. I know you got it. I know you got it on you. Vaughn Scott says AJ never really caught him though. Nah, he didn't really catch him too flush. I think there was a point where in both fights where I think he hurt Usyk. I can't remember with what shot, but I don't think AJ picked up on it. I don't think he noticed that he hurt him. Yeah, man, Usyk's chin is way better than Dillian, and like you said, his movement is. If Usyk fought Dillian White, man, that would be a clinic. Dillian would look like an amateur if he fought Usyk. Although I didn't think Dillian looked as bad as a lot of people thought he looked in his comeback fight against Christian Hammer. I didn't think he looked as terrible as people thought. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Bon Scott. White susceptible to the old uppercut. Yeah, that trap door opens and Dillian falls right through. Dillian would gas in the first 10 seconds. Yeah, he'd be like, yeah. Where's the oxygen tank? Yeah, if Dillian was that frustrated against Fury where he's just throwing haymakers, imagine his frustration trying to fight Usyk. Because Dillian in that Fury fight, he was like, I was like, what is Dillian doing? He's just throwing wild shots every now and then, like no game plan, no strategies, just trying to land a haymaker. Jay Roos, where did you rank Dillian in his prime? At one point, I didn't think I thought of Dillian as a club fighter, and then he started looking good. Like when he fought Lucas Brown, that's the best shape I've ever seen him in. So I thought he was pretty good. Like in his the rematch with Chisora, which was an action packed fight. So I thought he was okay. I wouldn't call him all time great. I wouldn't say he's special, but he's worth watching. He's funny too. When you get a Dillian White press conference, you're gonna be in for a lot of laughs. They probably sell his press conferences on pay per view along with the fight. Don't let me give anybody an idea. Next, they'll be selling press conferences on pay per view. At least Fury being lighter will probably make him quicker at the jab, and Fury has a pretty good jab when he decides to utilize it. Yeah, Fury's got a great jab, man. A long jab too. Fury can win a lot of fights from just the jab. When he reaches that long, it's very hard to get around that. You have to really be skillful, which Usyk is, but you got to really be talented to get past that jab. Dillian kept talking. He beat up Fury in sparring, and in the real fight with Fury, he didn't even try to fight him. Yeah, that was horrendous. I kept saying that Fury was going to stop him with an uppercut, and that's what happened. Why would you not throw an uppercut against Dillian? You know he's not going to be able to take it, so I just keep throwing uppercuts. Be like, one of these uppercuts is going to send you home. Looks like there's a lot going on. I'm reading about the Fury and Usyk camps and people staring down people, and man, this thing might get ugly over there. I think Rivas dropped him with an uppercut too. Yeah, Oscar Rivas did drop him. You can get around Fury's jab with quick footwork and feinting, which will make Fury open up for counters. Great point, Sparky. Sparky. It's a shame. Yeah, Charlene. Yeah, there's a lot going on in Saudi Arabia. These camps are getting. It's not Usyk's camp. They're just kind of on the receiving end of John Fury. So I guess they're about to make a statement that back up office. So we're gonna handle some business. I still got to figure out who's showing the fight out here in the states. I think it's ESPN. I'm not sure. I know it's not the zone. I got Usyk. All things are equal. Phillips says the negative side of me keeps thinking it's going to end with a cut on Fury's eye. That would suck. Yeah, that would really suck. I know Prince Turkey would be like, man, we did not wait all this time to see the fight. You might see Prince Turkey run up to the ring, and be like, nah, forget what that ref said. The fight's continuing. I run this. I run this. Isn't the network coverage shared due to the multiple promotion companies? It might be. Yeah, I got to find out who's showing it, man. Anyone know who the ref is? Uh, Someone said Counterpunch Boxing News. Kurt was talking about who the ref and the judges are, but I got to go check that out. Yeah, I don't want no ref that we've never heard of, or the ref that did the Daniel Dubois Usyk fight. I don't want to see that ref. Oh, Mark Nelson. Emmanuel, thank you. Emmanuel says Mark Nelson is the referee, so I'm gonna have to go check out Mark Nelson. He's done over 900 fights, he said. Okay, so he's not a newcomer to the sport. Hope he knows how to deal with heavyweights. You know, when you deal with heavyweights, you gotta have a ref that knows how to push the big boys apart. Charlene says it's a shame for Dillian. Everyone knows his weakness. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you keep getting stopped by uppercuts. AJ stopped him with an uppercut. Tyson Fury did. What's the other dude that stopped him with an uppercut? I can't even think of his name. The Russian dude. Sparky says Mark Nelson, the old guy. Says I don't know his face though. Bon Scott said Chinny and White. That's a good one. Instead of Dillian, Chinny and White. Sounds like something Lennox Lewis would have said to him back in the day. He was witty like that. Or is witty like that. Is there a three fuck yeah, they better leave the weird stuff out of this. Philip says, is there a three knockdown TKO rule in the fight, or can you just keep on getting up? Good question, man. I hope there's no three knockdown rule. I don't like the three knockdown rule personally. I mean, it's there to protect the fighters, of course, but I've never been a fan of the three knockdown rule. They definitely didn't have a three knockdown rule in Rocky versus Drago. How many times did Rocky go down? Ref wasn't even counting. You get knocked down and get right back up. Listen, you Banyero. Ya Sibia. Ya Sibia. To the end. I am Ivan Drago. Fighter from Soviet Union. Y'all know about that Rocky 4 trailer. And I like Rocky versus Drago, the director's cut. I like it better than the original. Still wanted to see Creed training for his fight with Drago. I don't like how they just go from the press conference to the fight. I wanted to see his training because he looked like he was in good shape. I must break you. Stallone messed up too in the scene where Apollo Creed saying, I want you, and his gloves off, and you see his hand, there's no hand wraps. After seeing his hands were wrapped with the gloves, he said he's going to take that out for the director's cut, and then he forgot and left it in. Prime Klitschko versus Wilder. Who you got? I got Klitschko all day. Klitschko would beat the brakes off Wilder. He knocked Wilder down in sparring with a body punch too. Coach James was there for that. Charlene, the Povetkin KO of Dillian was. Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Thanks, Charlene. Yeah, Povetkin. Yeah, Povetkin hit him with that nice uppercut, put Dillian to sleep, put him to bed. What's the chances of Fury coming out to the Rocky thing? Yeah, like when he came out like Creed. I just thought about this. Imagine Fury's eye closes up. No one has mentioned that. If his eye closes up and you're fighting a guy like Usyk, that's a nightmare because you know he's gonna keep hitting you on that side where you can't see. and then surprise you and go to the side you can see. So that would be a mess. That would be a mess, man. Like I said, thanks for everybody tuning in. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you wish to donate, Cash App is right below $ J Roos 33. I'll let you boy. Who was Wilder's best win against? Probably what's his name? The dude with the dreads where he put his hands down. Can't even think of his name. Is it true that Garcia or Luis Ortiz, when he was about to go out and he beat him, is it true that Garcia has been cleared? I heard he was cleared and I heard he wasn't. It's a lot of funny business going on with that sample, man. They passing that blood sample around like two dudes smoking a blunt. Luis Ortiz, yeah. Yeah, his best win was probably Luis Ortiz. But yeah, I think Luis Ortiz is still fighting. I know he just called out. I think it was Jared Anderson. He called somebody out not too long ago. Ortiz wasn't a bad boxer. Wasn't he winning against Wilder till he got KO'd? Yeah, he was winning. Yeah, he gave Deontay fits. The first Ortiz fight was fun to watch. Yeah, it actually was. I heard Luis Ortiz used to spar with Lennox back in the day. I heard that too. I heard the same thing. I forgot who said it, but I definitely heard that. So he might be at an advanced age. A lot of these Cuban guys come over here and they don't know their birth certificate, don't know when they were born, or I think some stuff goes on with their birth certificates, and they know how to change their age somehow. Because even what's his name, Frank Sanchez looks older than what he claims to be. I don't know, man. Why not just say your real age? It makes it more impressive when you win. If you can become champion at 55, why not say you're 55? Russia are advancing a bit. Fury fighting an angry man. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think they're making the Usyk team like, okay, we about to go make a public spectacle of this dude. He ain't gonna even want a rematch, and we done. Yeah, I think all these antics are backfiring. You gotta know your environment. You gotta know who to mess with and who not to mess with. I don't think Usyk's the type of dude that takes all that stuff lightly. When you try to humiliate him or something, he'll try to humiliate you on fight night. The Fury's the same way. You try to humiliate him, he'll try to humiliate you on fight night. So it goes both ways. It's just Usyk isn't saying nothing crazy. It's all coming from Fury in his camp, John Fury. I like Shane Fury. He's seems like the one with the most sense out of the Furies, and Peter Fury too. Shout out to Peter Fury. Luis Ortiz must be in his 50s. Yeah, I'm guessing Luis Ortiz is every bit of 50. I'm 51, so Luis Ortiz. Yeah, I think I would put hands on Luis Ortiz. Put hands on Dillian White too, and Chisora, and all of them. They're talking about Usyk like he's the second coming of Ali. They may be in for a shot come Saturday. Hey, they have the same birthday. I don't like Tommy Fury saying Usyk is going to be an easy fight for Fury. Yes, yeah, Tommy Fury's tripping on that one. Philip says he's 45. I think he's older, man. Could be wrong, but I think he's older. Kronk style versus Philly style. Which one is the most versatile? I go with the Kronk, man. Kronk. Shout out to Jada, the boxer. I saw footage where she was doing some pad work with Sugar Hill. She posted from back in the day. So shout out to Jada, the boxer. Go subscribe to her. Ortiz was on the grassy knoll. This guy got jokes. Ortiz, man, yeah, maybe he is 45, but I don't know. I give him the benefit of if he says he's 45, I guess he's 45. Even Tommy Fury said Jake Paul and KSI would be easy fights, and ended up being hard fights for him. Yeah, I thought Tommy Fury was gonna go in there and dominate Jake Paul and KSI because there's so much of a size difference. Look like with KSI. KSI, dude. It's but it is kind of hard to fight dudes that are wild like that don't really have any technique because you don't know where the punches are coming from. Prime Ortiz versus Dillian, who you got, bro? I got Ortiz. I got Ortiz. That's a tough one to pick, though. Actually, hmm. Dillian got the long arms, though, man. Dillian got the arms of a dude that's 6'9", very long arms. I'm curious what his reach is from armpit to fist. Teddy in the building says he got 5 minutes. He got five on it, like the Loonies. Teddy Ted. Prime Ortiz, I think. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, I got Prime Ortiz. I meant Nazim Hamed style. What is that one, Scott? George Foreman said Trump destroyed the. Oh, okay. Oh, did Foreman say that? I never knew that. George Foreman said the Kronk destroyed his natural style. Is he saying that he went there and they changed up his style, or is he saying their style beat his way of fighting? You said it's looking like Tyson's getting paid for a loss. Why you say that, Teddy? He sounded pretty focused to me. Sound like he's trying to take Jake Paul out. Vaughn Scott says, yeah, it was during a Nas fight, and he said they should let him fight his own way. You can't show a lion how to hunt. Wow. Yeah, sometimes you just don't mesh with certain camps or certain trainers. Ada Ray in the building says salute. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. Thanks for coming through. Ali's style is similar to the Russian style. A lot of footwork, movement, and rapid fire. Yeah, that Lomachenko style, that Usyk style. Yeah, it is. It does have a lot of the same techniques involved. That press conference sounded like he's in his pocket. Nah, I didn't pick that up at all. I thought he sounded like he meant business. Jake looked a little shook and admitted he was scared. He was even trying to fumble through that, like Showbiz was talking about. He's fumbling trying to quote Customato. He couldn't even get it out right. Charlene said, "Who should? What is that, Charlene?" Emmanuel says, "I want to see Fury versus Chisora." Yeah, you probably get it. Should Fury win? Said Prince. You know, Prince Turkey ain't gonna show that. He'll be like, "Nah, bro, get that out of here." After the Usyk Fury fight, I think the winner will retire, especially if it's Usyk. Fury said he wants to fight 5 more years, but we'll see. Too much Jake Paul praise. I get it, but sounds suspicious. I think Mike knows the world's watching, man. I don't think he's going to train that hard to take a dive. Even if it's arranged that way, once they get in the ring, Mike will flip me like, you know what? I ain't diving for nobody. This goes on my record. I'm not going to beat Razor Ruddock and all these guys and then lose to Jake Paul. Nah. Charlene said, "Who should Parker fight next?" Oh yeah, how are we forgetting about Parker? Yeah, that thing he put out that song, man, or two songs. It was hilarious. Parker should probably fight Joshua again. 'Cause that first fight was kind of weird. It's the night of Dad's reckoning. Usyk has won over 335 fights and lost 15 fights with a great amateur record. Yeah, like Lomachenko. No way is Mike Tyson going to take a loss on his record against Jake. Enter your own expletive here, Paul. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mike is someone's granddad. Nah, man, this is wrong. Caballero versus Parker. I got Parker. Teddy Bruckshot says, I think Fury's dad is about to feel like Bill Haney. Yeah, wouldn't you like to see Bill Haney and John Fury on an Instagram chat? That would be crazy. Special K in the building. Never say never. Some people will do anything for money. I don't think Mike is built like that though. Dudes from that era think a little different than people nowadays. You could get a guy from nowadays to do that, but 80s, 70s, and 90s, it's kind of hard for. It's just a whole different mindset. And Mike's well off now anyway, so how much money do you need? Emmanuel says, I agree. Von Scott says, gangster granddads laugh out loud. I wish it was fight day already. Jay Roosh, you know, Hood champion. Yeah, I know Hood champion. Yeah. I mean, I don't know him personally, but I know of his platform. No pockets in it. Vaughn Scott, y'all. Shout out to Scotland, New Zealand, Jamaica, Canada, of course, Southeast San Diego, LA, Compton, Watts, Inglewood, Mission Valley, Chula Vista, the Bay Area, Vallejo, Frisco, Pops and Sons combo is 0-3 in big fights. Kenny Porter, Bill Haney, and John Fury Saturday. Wow, that's a good point, Teddy. That's a good point right there. I can't believe Fury's not going to pull out again. Yeah, I'm sure if there wasn't that little $10 million agreement, he might pull out. But I'm sure Prince Turkey's like, okay, man, that ATM's right over there. You pull out, you're gonna hit that up real nice. You will break me off real lovely. Or maybe the money was going to Usyk if he pulled out. I think Shane Fury is the real one. Yeah, I like Shane, man. Shane looks like a G. Like he looked like a dude you don't want to roll up on in the alley late night. Shane looked like he could put hands on people. Was Shane Fury ever a boxer? Does anybody know in the chat? A draw? You think so, man? I thought of that. I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's not a draw. Ali versus Lennox Lewis. I got Lennox Lewis. When they asked Lewis about that, he never picks because Ali was, the one that got him into boxing. So Lewis would never pick, but I'm saying Lewis based off he could box and he was the harder puncher and he's just a lot bigger than Ali. I think he dipped his hand into boxing but never really took it up. Oh, okay. I bet he could punch though. He just looks like he's a big dude too. Philip says Ali late round stoppage. Oh, Lennox Lewis? Ali wasn't really a puncher. Emmanuel Broderick's Lennox for me. Yeah, Lennox could box you, he could punch you, he had the reach, the size. And Ali wasn't really fighting dudes the size of Lennox Lewis. Biggest guy he really fought was probably George Foreman, and George Foreman was like 220. Lennox Lewis like 250, 240-ish. And he knew how to use that 240. When he hit you with that, whatever he weighed on that night, he hit you with that weight. Adore says, I got Muhammad Ali. Okay, you got Ali for sure, man. Lennox struggled against Mercer and homeschooled Mercer. Mercer's got a long reach, man. People don't. I think he had the longer reach than Lewis, and yet he was a lot shorter. That's what's weird. Mercer's got that granite chin too. That was Lewis's toughest fight, Mercer. I think that him and Klitschko. Vaughn Scott says Ali could probably evade Lewis long enough. He also had some power. Uh, his power was decent, nothing to write home about. His boxing IQ and skills were very great, though. Teddy says, "You know who I got?" Yeah, I wonder who you have, Teddy. Wonder who that is. Special cases. People look at these past greats with rose tinted glasses. Yeah, sometimes when a guy's retired, you kind of make them greater than what they were at the time. Prime Ray Mercer versus David Tua would be a war. I got Tua though. Yeah, but Ray Mercer's jab would give Tua problems. Bon Scott, at the end of the day, Ali was around the same size as Usyk, so who knows? Yeah, I'm wondering why Riddick Bowe looks so short these days. He was listed at 6'5", and back in the day, he and Lewis were eye to eye. I saw a picture with him the other day, and Bowe was a lot shorter than Lennox Lewis. I know he's got some leg problems after doing that Muay Thai fight, so I don't know if he's kind of leaning over, but I'm like, Bowe is not 6'5" anymore. You can do they say you lose an inch or half an inch when you reach a certain age. You can do like spinal stretches to prevent that from happening too, by the way. Don't believe everything they tell you. Like you don't have to lose an inch in height. At the Usyk can possibly beat Lewis, and Ali was saying, I think he meant height. Yeah. Yeah, Usyk would have been tough even for Lewis. Special K, oh, you guys talking to each other. Yeah, Ali was a special guy, man. Never be another Cassius Clay, never be another Ali, man. Isn't his one of his relatives fighting? Forget his name. Tony's reviews in the building. Go subscribe to Tony. He says never forget Tyson fought with a broke back. Spinal. It's spinal. Yeah, I remember that. I was like, what is Mike talking about? I broke my back. What are you talking about? Tim Witherspoon versus Ken Norton. I got Tim all day on that one. The jab. Ali ain't getting knocked out by McCall in his prime. McCall gave Tyson some fits in the gym. I don't know. McCall had some issues, but McCall, he's a tough dude, man. I never seen McCall even slightly wobble. So I don't know about that. And McCall's bigger than Ali too. Joshua thought losing was so nice he did it. Bon Scott dropping bars on y'all. Ali got knocked over by Cooper. Good point. Good point. Yeah, was Cooper considered an all-time great, y'all? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, McCall has an iron chin, but I mean, he ain't knocking Ali out like he did with Lewis. I don't know. I don't know. Emmanuel says Tony's reviews would knock out Tommy Fury. Tony versus Tommy coming soon. Sparky says, nah, Cooper could bang. Don't sleep on him. I don't think you guys realize how big Oliver McCall is, man. Oliver McCall was not a little dude. Not really. Point is, getting knocked over means nothing, really. It's how you come back from it. On Scott, dropping knowledge, dropping that street knowledge. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on the way in and on the way out. McCall was huge. He was a big guy, man. Dudes like McCall are just, you're gonna be in for a long night because he ain't getting knocked down. Corey Sanders could have been a uh, great too. Didn't train like he should have. There was two Corey Sanders. There's a black one and a white one. I think you're talking about the white Corey Sanders. Yeah, I liked him. Philip says Floyd Patterson. They say in the fighter who got knocked down the most. I am also the fighter who got up the most. Wow. Floyd Patterson, another great. Ike versus AJ. Who you got? Ooh, that's a tough one. Ooh. I'll say a draw. That's a tough one, man. Because Ike is at that height that gives dudes AJ's height problems. I noticed dudes that are around 6'5", 6'6" have problems with dudes around 6'2" and 6'3", like their chins right in the line of an overhand right. Both guys that Lennox Lewis lost to were 6'2", Oliver McCall and Hasim Rockman, the South African guy trained by Lewis. Okay, yeah, him. Yeah, that's what I thought you're talking about. Yeah, he was a great fighter, man. Bob Sapp or young Ronnie Coleman. I got Bob Sapp. You kidding, Jay Roos? Ike would terrify AJ. Now, if AJ wasn't terrified of Ngannou, he ain't gonna be terrified of Ike. Because everybody was trying to make Ngannou like he was just the most terrifying guy in combat sports history. Ike Abeabuchi versus Oliver McCall. I think Ike would win by decision, but he ain't knocking Oliver out. I never seen Ike hurt. I think he takes it versus AJ. Could be right. Why is it always Tony versus something? They impressed by the physique, man. That's what it is. They're like Tony's looking diesel, man. Teddy says George Piaz or Prince Nassim. Oh, Jorge. I said George. Oh man, that's a tough one. I got Prince. I got the Prince. Ali was knocked into La La Land by Cooper, and Angelo Dundee gave Ali smelling salts to save him from memory, this was illegal in the UK where the fight was held. Oh, interesting. Was that illegal? Sounds like it was illegal. Guess it's only illegal if you get caught, huh? Yeah, so Ali, people, he's a great fighter, but he was beatable. He has multiple losses on his record. Every loss that Lewis has, he avenged. Tony versus John Fury's head. Yeah, John Fury with the headbutt, man. It's like because Tony is the man. They're showing you some love, Tony. Adore says Evander Holyfield versus Oliver McCall. I got Holyfield by decision in a tough fight. A lot of blood in that fight. Taylor or Serrano. Ooh, ah, I'm gonna say Serrano. I'm gonna say Serrano. Serrano looks like my ex-wife. Phillips says Ali literally had Parkinson's when he lost half his fights. Ali did fight too long, man. That's sad. You hate to see that. I think Larry Holmes cried after he beat Ali because he was a sparring partner. It was hard on him mentally. John hitting a guy that looked 10 stone soaking wet. Yeah, that was pretty weak to roll up on a dude that small. That's the Suge Knight tactics. Usyk versus Holyfield. Probably Usyk. I don't think Holyfield would deal with that style too well. I always wanted to see Vander Holyfield versus Ruddock or Tim Witherspoon. Yeah, that would have been nice, man. Serrano was hot. Yes, I hadn't seen her with her hair down until yesterday. So yeah, she was looking kind of modelish, wasn't she? I kept trying to figure out who she looked like. I'm like, oh, she looks like my ex-wife. Felix Trinidad versus Crawford. Ooh, wow, that's a toughie. Crawford. Yeah, but man, that's a tough one, man. Maybe a tie. Maybe I said tie. Maybe a draw. David Tua versus Bert Cooper. I say Tua. Hey, I'm gonna get on. I got something going on. I'm gonna get on up out of here real quick though. I'm gonna hit you guys back later. Thanks for watching. LSR forever and be fearless. Yay. Sorry for the abrupt end.